Hello, everyone. Schoolhouse Intuitive. Thanks for tuning in. I'm here for the Libra Collective, Libra Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, any placement of Libra. This is your December 2025 Tarot and Oracle card reading. I will pull Tarot and Oracle cards as well as share channeled messages throughout. And you already have a card out. The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. Now, Libra, you cannot make this up. Why? Well, the new moon in Gemini actually is coming on December 4th. And it's a big one. Okay, the moons this month are big ones. So the full moon comes first, and that's on December 4th. Funny it came out because I was going to talk about that anyway. So, what are you bringing to a close? You're getting some sort of answers with regard to that. Okay, it could be some sort of emotional release as well. So we'll look into it in this reading. What's reaching some sort of culmination for you this month. We'll look at what truths or realizations are going to be coming about. Full moons are good for that. We'll look at the new moon as well this month, and we'll do all of it. We're going to do all the things, okay? And I will be doing a separate reading for the moons of December, and I'll also be doing a separate reading, of course, for 2026. Really excited to get that out to you in the next couple of weeks. So Libra, let's see. Overall energy for December for Libras, please. Libra, meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. Now, the new moon in December is actually December 19th, maybe the 20th, depending on where you are, but I have for Northern Hemisphere, I have December 19th. So meditate and contemplate. All right. The answers you need are coming. Really considering something carefully. I do feel it is one of those months where we want to act with caution, act with care, I should say. Not caution, but act with care. Okay. Let's see what else we have. It's just something, I'm getting. Let's see. So overarching energy surrounding Libra. It's going to help us understand the tone of the month, right? Okay, so another big theme could be don't let your past hold you back. Okay, and that's South Node energy. South Node's kind of like, where you're coming from in this life, right? So you've already maybe had that. So like for Libras, you're coming from Aries would be the opposite. So that's your South Node if you're Libra. Okay. And I'm not sure if it's your rising or sun sign. I don't know how much all that matters, but I know I've done mine according to my sun sign, which is Libra. And so South Node is Aries if you're Libra sun, but it'll be different if Libra's your rising. So anyway, when I did the November 2020 or the December 2025 reading as part of your 2025 forecast last year, the cards we received were Queen of Cups, Nine of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Emperor, and Star. We had a fiery climax approaching and not letting pride get in our way. Something big was unfolding, and we were being asked or told basically to be mindful of our boundaries. Okay, so anything to do with boundaries could come up in this month of December. You're going to be around more people too, and I feel like anytime you're around more people, there's more opportunity for boundaries to be crossed. But this could also be on like a world stage, but I don't get into a lot of that here generally. Ooh, we have a jumper. So we have the devil coming out, but it was kind of heading towards that reverse direction. Now, interestingly enough, we do have Capricorn energy, which is going to be Capricorn season, 22nd, I believe, of December. So not holding yourself back, okay? The answers you need are coming. Do not limit yourself. Don't create limitations that do not exist, okay? That's another big theme, I feel, okay, that came into me before this reading. So this is some sort of you restoring control. This is about your independence, your freedom, release, okay? Getting things moving for some of you. Pardon me. I'm fine. And then I started reading and I have to clear my throat. So sorry. Okay. Anyway, all the cards I use are down below. Libra. Some of you may be really tempted or even called upon to really go the extra mile in December, but I want to caution you, avoid the burnout, okay? Because it could, I feel as though there could even be, new illness coming about in December. I mean, again, makes sense around crowds more and all that. But I feel as though there could even just be like something that's like that people catch and then it's really hard to shake. Okay. So hopefully that's not the case, but I'm going to tell you the energy I'm feeling. Okay. So I just heard intuitively, mask up. Some of you may be actually doing that because you're sick or because someone or you don't want to catch something. So, yeah. I'm hearing too about boarding pass and just if you are traveling, Libra, for the holidays, just, as I always say, be extra mindful of giving yourself extra time. Um, I'm also hearing like, don't drive angry, Um, so just being mindful of, because there could just be like, I'm getting like this tension could be higher. And it generally is during the holidays anyway, but I am feeling that and hearing it clairaudiently. So I am going to tell you that. Okay. Something is going to come to the surface too that is going to surprise you. Getting December 20th too, for some of you. This doesn't have to be bad. You could actually be deciding that, you were going to wait till after the new year to do something and you decide to start this now, whatever it is. You could actually get, for some of you, maybe even a job offer, and I'm feeling December 10th. Okay. So just, again, take what resonates, leave the rest. Read the disclaimer, please. It's a general reading. Only take what resonates. Okay. Libra. Thought it was a little too early to put up my Christmas background here. So, this week, Libra, you had your weekly reading on Sunday as usual, and then members had your bonus video yesterday. You have this one for December. Then on Thanksgiving, U.S. Thanksgiving, that is on Thursday, you have a slightly shortened reading. I think I'm going to skip Friday, maybe, I don't know. And then because people seem to be busy on Fridays lately, so just the last time, and I think this time too. And then we'll go back to our regular schedule, like Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and generally maybe Fridays. Who knows? If you want to book a personal reading, schoolhouseintuitive.com has all the information there. And I'm running a sale on pre-recorded video readings. Okay. We have the Two of Cups. Libra, Two of Cups. My goodness. This is like something coming together in the area of partnership. And it's something you manifested. Oh my, look at this. Because look, you have, okay, so flat out, I'm going to just say it like it is. Some of you are returning to a hobby, a profession, something that's not just a romantic relationship. We're past all that, right? We don't spend all our time on that here. This is about you, Libra, right? Every reading is all about Libra, okay, on this channel. And again, the Libra collective, right? But you could be returning back to an old career path. Okay, I do feel that. This is something, but it's gonna be a little different this time around. It is gonna be this. This is gonna be different. It's a positive change. It's gonna be a little different. I think for some of you, yeah, you manifested this, but it's almost like you maybe wanted to do this in the past, but then you stopped, and now it's coming back around. So I don't know if you've been out of work or if you've been doing something else for a little while, but you're gonna have this opportunity to step up and even take over. For some of you, you're gonna end up being the boss instead of your actual boss. So here we are. We have the Magician, and this is about your willpower and you creating what you desire, bringing it into reality. So some sort of partnership commitment. It does feel like there will need to be maybe, it can be contracts for sure. But this is also, for some of you, maybe in the past, you were not valued or just appreciated, or you didn't feel like you really were with your people at work, It does feel like it is work for a lot of you. Now, if that doesn't pertain to you, I mean, it could also be just like projects, meeting new people in general, you have the High Priestess. Some of you may need, in order to get clear, you may need to do what the High Priestess is doing and turn your back to the rest of the world and really developing your own gift. She has a gift in hand here. Or this time that you take for yourself this December will really, it'll help you in a number of ways. Okay, so maybe it's like restoring your energy in general, preventing you from, getting sick. It could also be just you really enhancing your own intuitive abilities. And I always encourage people to spend a little time working on that. So these are some overall themes for Libra so far. So very, very much, you have a lot of water energy with the High Priestess, the Six of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Pisces energy up in the Moonology cards. This full moon is going to be powerful. It could make waves, they're telling me, right? My guides are telling me it could really make waves. So I don't know if that means like literally making waves in the ocean, or if it means, you know, emotionally, or possibly both. Okay, because that could also happen. So some of you are gonna, when I saw the Six of Cups, it's not just about, that's why I said it could be something from your past that you were into, and now it's like suddenly this thing you were trying to manifest for years, poof, here it comes. Like you could have been trying to do this for 2 years, and now all of a sudden it comes in, but it's like it might come in when you least expect it. Okay. It really could. I feel like this, whatever this opportunity, offer, or commitment is, it's going to come in when you least expect it. I don't get that all the time from our readings. You know, I don't try to do that whole like, oh, beware, all that, you know. But look, okay, but some of you are gonna have to end up cutting something or someone out and just kind of getting out of something that has been emotionally taxing. Okay, you could have falsely felt stuck in something, or you've been feeling this way for years. You just felt like you couldn't overcome this one thing, right? And that's clarifying that Devil in reverse. But again, here's that ultimate, you know, independence, you gaining control, taking a stand maybe in some way, and against that like devilish energy, and really being able to move on. Okay, walking away and withdrawing your energy from partnerships, relationships, situationships that just do not serve you. And in fact, not only do they not serve you, but they're hindering your overall ability to grow and move forward. Some of you may be surprised because maybe you didn't consider moving, and now you are considering moving by the end of this year. You know, that thought comes in, or maybe you make the move happen. And I feel, again, it's like you wanted this before, it didn't happen, and then when you're not really focusing heavily on it, boom, then it comes in. So that's one of the overarching energies. Okay, one of the big themes. All right, what else do we have? What's being activated or initiated? Let's see. At the start of December, what are we activating? So activating, starting. Okay. Temperance. And then there's a little, there could be some sort of conflict here. I feel like your patience is tested. Okay. That's what's being activated or initiated. Your patience is being tested. But it's the way you organize something or the way you present it. It's going to matter. It's not so much what you say, but how you say it is what this feels like with these two cards combined. But there is some sort of change coming in, and it's again, it's sort of this balance with like self-control and the emotions and influences of others, having to kind of balance both. Ultimately, though, you're in charge here. You're this like they're going to be group leader. Now, what I have, Libra, it's interesting to me is December. Well, it's starts out with Sagittarius season. You have Temperance, that's their card, and then you have the Devil, which is Capricorn energy. So it's funny how, you know, out of only a handful of tarot cards, you already have the two major players of December when it comes to the tarot cards and the signs being connected. All right, so what comes up around that full moon for Libra? I want to know more about the full moon because that's early in December. Tell us about that. I'm getting a name like Haley, or another name that could start with an H, like Hadley, Hazel, something, but I heard Haley first. Maybe there's something to do with comets, you know? We have the King of Swords. So when it comes to what's coming up around that new moon, we have a King of Swords. Now, I love seeing the King of Swords because the King of Swords is like, that's truth. That's clarity. That is discipline. That is ultimate authority and control. Your past isn't controlling you. You're controlling you. You're controlling your steps forward. The King of Swords is very clear about that. They know where they've been, they know where they're going, and nothing's going to influence them. They're as bright as can be. Now, what's interesting is this is around that full moon. That's what's coming up and being revealed to you, right? Well, King of Swords, air energy. It's a full moon in Gemini, our fellow air sign. So this could be really good for Libras. What else do we have? And I do feel this like this Sagittarian kind of push for freedom, inspiration, clarity for sure. Whoa, we have a jumper. You know what it feels like to me too, Libra? It feels as though the full moon is acting as a new moon this month, and so it kind of feels like you get like a completion and a new start, like a victory earlier in the month. Again, they gave me like kind of like by the 10th, and I just saw 13 clairvoyantly, but maybe that's a lucky number, or it could be also the letter B, as in Bradley or something. But I feel like the moons are almost flip flopped. It's like, again, it's a very contradicting kind of energy overall. It's very hard to put into words. It's very distinctive energy. Okay, two distinct things. It's like there's an undercurrent, and then there's what's on the surface, and it's like or roles get reversed. Like again, you become your boss, and they leave, or you work for yourself, or you had just moved somewhere, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're leaving. It's like I just get this. Again, like you don't see it coming in a way, but it's not necessarily a bad thing. So for some of you, it's going to be that new start you wanted, that you've been trying to push for. But it feels like that the full moon on the 4th feels more like a new moon to me. It actually November has kind of felt like that, like the opposite of what the moon cycle is. So maybe you're feeling that too, but you have an Ace of Wands coming in. This is good because, like I said too, it's like you're going to take action. You're going to move forward on something you receive intuitively. But remember, as I always say, you need to make time to get that clarity. The Ace of Wands is like there's a new project. There's something new. There's something fresh here. And again, that's the beginning of the month. But that should be, that's full moon. So it should be a completion, but it's a beginning. Isn't that interesting? That's what I'm talking about. And then on the 19th, I feel like that's the new moon, but it feels to me like a full moon. So it's like beginnings and endings. It's sort of unclear where one starts and another begins. We'll see if we can get some advice on that. Actually, let's see if we can get advice on that right now. Why is this feeling murky? Oh my goodness. Look at this. Round and round. Yeah. Again, remember I was going like this? It's like something, it just feels like like these different energies going together, working together, and I kind of get that like loop. Remember those toys? You'd hold the wand and the handle, and it would be like a metal, and then the like little wheel that goes along, and it's just kind of you and how it stays on there, you don't know. It's kind of like how you're dealing with all this, who knows? But we have give attention to situations that keep repeating themselves. There's a lesson you're resisting to learn. So maybe you've started and ended the same type of situation or relationship over and over. And it's like, we need to pay attention to that. We maybe need to like dig deep, because we want to have like a true fresh start, right? We want a true fresh start. And what fell on the floor right now is the World card. The World card just flew out of the deck onto the floor at my feet. And there's your ultimate completion here. So really being mindful of how you're closing out this year to really set yourself up for success for 2026, which is going to be, it's going to start off pretty intense from what I feel and kind of see. In astrology wise, I'm not an astrologer. I don't get into that too much here because I'm not an expert in astrology, but I'll mention, a few important dates sometimes or an energy, but it does feel like, astrologically, there's a lot going on. Again, I'm not going to get into all that, but yeah, February and March in particular looks like it could be a turning point, a tipping point, however you want to phrase it. But I'm hearing right now, I haven't done the 2026 reading, but I'm hearing right now this could be a year of miraculous discovery. Okay, I'm actually going to jot that down because that's the first like kind of big phrase I've been given about 2026 while I'm sitting at the table here. Okay, so a year of miraculous discovery. Now, is that, worldwide, oneself? I mean, is there, discovery can be a lot of different things. It can also, discovery makes me think even the legal term discovery, so maybe there's some, legal stuff on Earth that's going on, or there's I am getting something about our own like worth and what something is worth to us. Maybe it's like, what does freedom cost? Or because I'm looking at peace on earth here, and I see the card of conflict underneath it, and it's kind of like, what are we willing to do in order to have the ultimate, you fill in the blank, whatever it is to you. All right, what else do we have for Libra? So that's kind of like early what comes in. So middle of the month, what reaches a peak or culmination for Libra mid-month for Libra. The Emperor. So you had that in your December 2025 forecast that I did for you a year ago. Here is the Emperor. Again, some of you are absolutely getting a new business deal. That was my chair squeaking. You're getting, this is about your, it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice, or what are you willing to go through or do in order to put a stop to one cycle, begin a new one? And Libra, don't create limitations for yourself. I'm getting that. Okay. Getting that. I got this before the reading here today, before I sat down to do readings today. I did this reading today. I did a Sag birthday reading for Romantic Mystic today. This is like, for both of you, it's like, do not create limitations for yourself. And what's interesting is that's what's clarifying that the quadruple clump here of cards, and it's another 4. So 4 is clarifying 4. Now that can have to do with your intuition. It can have to do with your own stability. It can have to do with like you taking the steps to make something more as far as your abundance, or even getting clarity. But we have 44, sign of encouragement. So keep going. Your hard work will pay off. And that's the number that's coming in for clarifying the 4 cards. So that's why I put down that 44 for you. 44, 4. Now we have 444. Okay, so yeah, that's guidance and protection, right? And some of you may be seeing that angel number. As a matter of fact, I do want to pull that for you, because this is very much 4 energy. And yeah, so I do think it's, as I'm talking now, I'm getting this pull of like, here we go again, like going around and round in circles with something. And now that could just, again, like maybe it's like, that's the middle of the month for Libras. So I just kind of feel like something is really going to need your attention when it comes to a lesson that possibly, Libra, no judgment here, I do it myself, but a resistance to a lesson that needs to be learned. Okay. But know that you are guided and protected. Angels watch over you with love and encouragement. And yes, peace is possible. Okay. Peace is possible, whether it's inner peace, outer peace. It all, I mean, it starts from within, right? And it's okay. And some of you, I'm like almost stuttering here because I get so excited, but it's some of you, you're learning not only your own value, but the things you place value on are shifting. They're really changing. You may be realizing that you don't really need the higher paying job. You'd rather be happy and have less material possessions. So it's yes, you want to all be, we all need money for certain things, right? We need to feed ourselves, to clothe ourselves, our kids, or whatever. But I feel as though it's like, what are you willing to sacrifice to have that ultimate happiness in your life? That was the question. Remember, we were being asked. So that kind of comes up beginning of the month, middle of the month. It's like you're encouraged to really explore this. How badly do you want something? How badly do you want to be happy? Do you want peace? Are you willing to sacrifice your designer labels to actually be happier and healthier, because your job isn't stressing you out, or your relationship isn't stressing you out to the point where you feel physically ill, and is what you're in or currently doing now coming at a much higher price than you're willing to pay anymore, that you're willing to pay, not even about you not being valued or being paid as much as you could be or whatever. It's not just about that. It's about like, are you willing to still put all yourself into something that's not giving back? I think you know the answer. A lot of you, it's a loud no. That's where it stops. Something needs to stop so that you can start really designing the life that you choose to live, that you want to live. Something in total alignment. And is it possible? Yes. If you're wondering, is it possible? Yes. Am I there yet myself? No comment. Okay. It's not about me. All right, Libra, Libra. Okay, so I am clairaudiently hearing Walnut Grove. So that's, maybe Walnut Grove is a place. Could be, for whatever reason, I'm getting like Little House on the Prairie vibes or something. But I'm getting Walnut Grove. And so, yeah, I think that's like Little House on the Prairie. And I think so that would be Minnesota. You could have a connection to to trees in general, or I'm getting tree life. And even maybe like sequoia or redwoods, okay, and sycamore. I don't know why, but I'm getting all these different tree types. So that anyway, it makes me think of California too. Yeah, so because of Redwood National Park, I think. But anyway, you have the Six of Swords. So some of you are making this transition. Maybe it has to do with like some sort of dream come true for you business wise. Yeah, maybe you're doing something. There's just there's an environmental shift. Maybe you're moved to the like a coastal town from the forest, or vice versa. But it's like, it just, again, it feels like we have opposite energies. I don't know what to say almost on that. But in the middle of all of this is the peace on earth, and that's what's clarifying round and round. Once you figure out that lesson, what that lesson is for you, once you're gonna bust down that barrier, banish it completely, and that's how you're gonna have peace in the center of your world, peace, like inner peace, to a whole level, like a level you didn't even realize was even possible. For some of you, you need to physically clear out the clutter, make space in your environment. It'll help you make space in your mental environment. We have an internal environment, we have an external environment. They both maybe need to match a little better for some. Okay, that's just another tidbit of advice. Again, I'm channeling in a certain way throughout this, so it's not me, Tiffany, giving you advice. It's like I'm working with the powers that be, and delivering this. So again, take it or leave it, right? What else do we have? Occasionally I'll give you my opinion on something, or my guides will have me refer back to a situation myself, only so I can put it into context for others to learn from. But that's not always how. It's like, this seems to be very much channeled today. Some readings are more channel filled than others, I guess you'd call it, and this seems to be one of them. So there's like this need, maybe perhaps for you, Libra, to go within and learn to navigate something. You're going to be given new tools, a lot of you, and how to see something better. I'm getting actually clairvoyantly, which I don't always get clairvoyant. I get mostly, at least when I'm at this table, I'll get mainly like clairaudient, and then they'll give me like clairsentient, claircognizant. They'll give me the other clairs, but I'm very much, this is something about your vision, Libra. You're able to focus on the certain details or the plan on how you're going to make a vision come true. And some of you, I will tell you, you're going to realize you need to go totally back to the drawing board, because something has been so unfulfilling for so long, it's hard to even like think clearly, because some of you are still in this situation that has kept you stagnant and cloudy. It's been rocky. They're giving me all these kind of terms. So but I have this lantern right now that's being shown to me. It makes me think of the Hermit, Libra. Okay. And it's also some of you are still doing it, and I don't know why. I mean, I've had periods where I do it myself. You're not realizing how guided and protected you are divinely. Whatever your beliefs, there's a divine presence in your life. You feel it, you experience it. remember, it has never left you, nor will it. Okay. So if some of you have somebody in spirit even that you're talking to, like they're with you, it's like what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, the signs you're getting, they're absolutely real. Some of you, they're sending you birds or messages in the clouds because they want me to look to the sky for this. Others of you, they want me to tell you this. It's about there's something about novel experiences. They want you to have new experiences, my guides to your guides to whatever. Okay, it's all coming out at this table right now. But I'm getting all kinds of like physical confirmation. They want me to just keep talking and telling you this. So there's another thing too with window panes or glass or making peace with something you have kind of deemed as broken. Or maybe it could even be a physical object that you then decide now's the time to fix it. I'm going to repair it. I'm going to fix what's going on with my knee. I'm hearing clairaudiently. I'm going to fix what's going on with my adaptability, with my ability to grow. And there's some of you maybe haven't adjusted the way you would have expected into a different or new environment, or it could even be new people coming into your environment, and it's just kind of not really working, and maybe by now you thought and hoped it would. I see you being able to really move yourself through it, and they're giving me a word, like they're giving me novelty. Now, when you think of novelty, that's something new, right? Something unusual, right? It could be an object, but it could also be an idea that you have, so you're going to be seeing, you're going to be getting new ideas, new inspiration. And yeah, maybe it's off this, part of it's by this Knight of this Ace of Wands, but it's like you're going to, hopefully for a lot of you, by the end of December, you're going to be feeling a lot more. Oh my goodness. I didn't even talk about the Queen of Cups, and you already have the Ace of Swords. So we'll talk about them together. But for some of you, you're really going to see, you're going to see a way. Please give it a little more time. Okay. It will come, but it can't be rushed. It's not something that can be rushed. Okay. You can only go so fast in this little motorless boat, right? That's what I've never said that with this card. That's what I'm being called to tell you right now. You can only go so fast in a motorless boat. All right. Maybe you're putting unrealistic expectations on yourself. That doesn't mean you're not capable, but it means that the way something might come about or the time period might need to just be really examined. Okay. Something needs a closer look here, and you could be surprised by the answers that you find. All right. That's all right. It is what it is there. Okay. But you've got this breakthrough when it comes to stepping stones. All right. There's that chair again. I'm sorry. But there's this it's like once you figure out how to take that one step, everything changes in our world, like your world. It's like, because we have world change right in the middle of this reading. And there's something here about how something's being structured or organized. And it's going to remain quite a little bit of a mystery on this table because I'm reading for potentially thousands of people right now, right? So it's not a personal reading, but it can feel pretty personal, right? With some of the messages here. But that's to get your attention, right? When I'm calling something out that's very specific to you, that's to get your attention. But then you have to go be that Queen of Cups to get that ultimate Ace of Swords, right? You have to go deeply within you, Libra, within your own intuition. The answers are not out there. They're in here. Okay, they're within you. It may seem very, cliche or trite or something, but I don't say things just to say them. It's like, really though, they want you to be looking within. Look how within this energy is right here. And look what's happening as a result with that cup. This is that new idea. This is an Ace of Cups right there. So you have an Ace of Wands. You have essentially an Ace of Cups right here because they're really wanting me to look at this cup. And for a lot of you, it's about being employed. Being employed, or creativity in general, okay, projects in general. But here's clarity. This is the knowing the way forward, right? That's having that new beginning, that breakthrough moment. here comes that big idea. Remember, you have that King of Swords, so there is some clarity there. Okay, now they just want me to pull more tarot cards. All right, got it. Will do. Okay, but I wanted to get a number. Not yet. They said, all right. Okay. So you know what's interesting, Libra? Again, with this contradictory energy, um, there's this thing about they're saying like not yet too late. So I'm getting not yet too late. Now those aren't even, wait, what do you mean not yet? It's like telling me to stop and then telling me I'm late. So it feels like something comes in later than what you imagined, but you didn't have all the information. That's just it. There's still more to be sorted through, sifted through, worked through. There's something, again, it goes back to that lesson. You can't map something out until you learn that lesson. It's about not skipping steps. They're not going to lay down the next step for you, your guides, universe, whatever you believe in, until you have cleared this one. For some of you, okay? Some of you, you're not seeing the way because you can't yet until we learn this thing. So, it's like you've got to do the work here before we're going to make it clear for you even which one step to go. Focus on your step now for that ultimate clarity, that ultimate cycle. Again, is being able to close something out here before you can go to that next level. Now, I like this for a December reading because it's the final, the final month of the year. And then in another way, I think, so what? What does it matter? All we do is like round and round anyway, right? That's that pessimistic side that we all have within us. And some of us can quiet it better than others, right? But it makes me think, well, a pessimist, because I always try to look at all angles. I'm a Libra with Libra Mercury and all these other Libra placements. It's like, I'm really going to analyze the heck out of something, right? And I'm sure, I know you can relate, right? But I'm like, big deal. It's like, oh, so then what? I get a new calendar. Nothing really changes, right? But it's like, no, stop. Get out of that mindset. You're the one keeping yourself in the loop of limitation. That's what I'm being told, as I was just feeling myself get pessimistic. No, stop. You're the one limiting yourself and keeping yourself on this loop. If you want to break free, if you want to, get off this round and round wheel, you've got to grab the wheel. You've got to actually, I think of like Wheel of Fortune. Like you've got to get down to the nitty gritty and really get messy in that work. You've got it. There's something here that has stopped you for a while here. Meditate, contemplate on it. Again, don't let your past hold you back. It brings me right up to these cards here. The answers you need are coming. First, we need to focus on this lesson that we've been resisting. Now let's get right into some surrender. What do we need to surrender to? Ooh, wow, Libra, this is good. All right. I thought they wanted more tarot. You want tarot or what? No, you got a surrender card. Okay. Whew, my goodness. Okay, Libra. All right. I want to know, like, what? Yeah, okay. So there's the truth. Okay, that's the truth. That's what's coming out. It's that whole lesson thing. Oh, my goodness. So it's like, this message coming in clairaudiently, like, what if you want someone to believe in you, you have to actually believe in your own dream here. Like if you want someone to give you a chance and be a partner or give you a business offer or whatever it is for whoever, relationship, whatever it is, we have to like really be the ultimate champions or the ultimate cheerleaders, I should say, for our own victories, in order to have them, or they don't even really stand a chance. It's like no one's going to give you a chance if you yourself don't believe what you're selling. So self-promote too, but you have to really believe it. You have to mean it. Okay, it's really important. Again, use to go through December with care. Is it going to be an easy month? Not necessarily. But again, just because the calendar page or the calendar itself changes and we have 2026 doesn't mean you have to have something wrapped up. That's why I think I was getting not yet too late. You're wondering why something hasn't happened yet. And they're saying like, it's not too late, but it's not yet. It's not going to it's not going to happen yet necessarily, just because, oh, we got to throw out one calendar and open a new one. Oh, big deal. We make a big deal out of birthdays and New Year's and things. It's all just another day, right? In a way, but they don't want you to focus on that pessimistic side. They want you to focus on the unique opportunity that we have, that every single day, every moment in actuality is an ending and a beginning. So don't put that pressure. Don't create limitations that don't exist. Just because 2025 is coming to a close and you haven't met this goal and this goal and this goal, so what? Yeah, you and like most of the other people, like, so just keep going, keep at it. Surrender. Oh my, see what I mean? Surrender to divine timing. I mean, I can't make this up. Like, I feel like I can retire now. Okay. It's like, so sometimes divine timing is going to tell you something different than your ego's timing. If a goal isn't manifesting fast enough according to your ego, be patient and trust universal flow. Wow. That is some powerful stuff. Some of you, 1111 has been coming up a lot. I'm also getting threes. I'm getting that. And I'm getting brought back again to the Pisces energy of meditate and contemplate. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is whatever this is for some of you. It's going to be it's an unprecedented change. It's unlike any opportunity, or it's unlike anything else so far. So it's no wonder that you might not believe in, this goal you're trying to manifest, or this dream you're trying to make reality. But it's really, what it's coming down to is like social constructs, like time. What does that mean? Time doesn't really exist, does it? Right? I don't think it exists on the other side. So let's see what shift is going to occur or needs to occur for Libra as we move into a new year or wrap up this year. So we need to take a break. Okay. So surrender. It's going to be the opposite of what you think. You might feel you need to do push to the end of the year. You're actually being encouraged to surrender to the natural world, the beauty of the natural world. All right, so take a relaxing break, spend time in nature, replenish yourself by feeling the beauty and the ecstasy there. They're getting this randomly specific message. Some of you, they want you to put up a pretty tapestry or your paintings or something like that. Make it nice. Make it nice, like if you have, say you have a lot of beautiful crystals, right? And they're just kind of out and about wherever, almost like coming up with displays, how you're going to display something, but also giving you a tranquil space where you can focus better. So again, giving me that internal and external environments need to match. Now, this is a message you've had throughout readings this year. It's coming in again right at the end of the year for you again, that it's really time to break free from also like constraints that you've put on yourself or that have been applied to you regarding reaching a certain goal or a certain situation. Again, time is an illusion. Things cycle. Life is one big cycle, right? But do we want to keep doing the same cycle over and over? No, we want things to be a little different, right? We want to make our I don't know, some of us want to have our 10 of Pentacles and our our 10 of Cups, our dreams come true here. And yeah, we can have it, but it's not necessarily going to be according to our plan all the time. There's a plan bigger than us. I believe that anyway. You have surrender to your intuition, okay? You already know. That's why they were giving me the Pisces energy. One thing now I have to backtrack because I got off topic. That was my, I get taken in different directions because sometimes I don't know what am I supposed to pay attention to, and I pay attention to all of it, and I get, blah, 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 I'm going to hear. I think a lot of you can relate. But anyway, they might, some of you, they want you to put up something like a tapestry. Because what you're looking at day to day, especially being a Libra, like we need beauty. We need our pretty things. And I don't mean that in a shallow way. I mean, like we appreciate art. We appreciate beauty. That's why you have surrender to the beauty of the natural world. Libras, that's like our jam, you know, that's our element. Pretty things, the aesthetics matter to us. Feel good, look good, smell good, all the niceness of it, right? The prettiness of everything. And so even if it's like getting a tapestry like what I have here as my background, get something like that. Even if it's, you know, go to the dollar store or the thrift shop, you know, maybe you'll find something like a blanket or that has a pretty pattern on it, and like allow yourself to just sit and like look at it, you know, like just sit and admire the beauty of something. If you can't get outside into nature, or you don't have something pretty to look at out there, can you bring it in here the way I've brought in the element of water, of fire, of earth, of, you know, of well, air. We're air here. But yeah, so they're kind of like wanting you to kind of work with those elements more. What else do we have? Oh yeah, okay, so they told me now I have to go to this other deck. My goodness, got me going all over the place here. So now I have to go to the Key Elements Oracle deck, okay. But first we have surrender to your intuition. So tune into your inner voice, be aware of gut feelings, flashes, knowings, aha moments that come through to guide you. There's a big change coming here. And yeah, there could be a shakeup, but you can handle it, okay? You can handle that. So I want to know, what do we need to integrate and understand by the end of 2025, by the end of December? Whoa. Again, there's too much here. There's too much. We have serendipity, and I have some cards on the floor that I'm not actually going to take because they're face down. So we're not doing that, but I am taking the cards that are face up. And you had 3. So we have serendipity, fate. So the stars are aligned as everything comes together. My goodness, in perfect timing, Libra. Can you believe that? Again, in perfect timing. The signs you're receiving are accurate in telling you to move forward. Expect positive and fortuitous outcomes with relationships and careers. There you go. And you have nature of the mystic with wisdom. So you have the knowledge and the ability to embody the mystical aspects of who you are. Take the enlightened path offered to instill leadership, teaching, and metaphysical qualities. And spiritual path. Righteousness, or righteous, it says. You're being called to do the right thing and take the high road above all else. Don't let your ego lead you astray. Here it is again. Be mindful to select choices that align with your true self and support spiritual growth. I mean, a lot of you know what you need to change. You already know it. It's a matter of actually doing the work, right? And I think a lot of us can relate to that. So the blue cards in this deck are water, and the red cards are fire in this Key Elements Oracle deck. All right, now back to tarot. Okay. When you know, you know. When you know something's right for you, you just know. You feel it, you're going to know. You're not going to have to question it. Whether it's a relationship, a job, you know, project, whatever, you're just going to know. So learn to trust that. Tap in, tune in. Libra, there's the King of Wands. So victory is yours, I think, here in some aspect. It's after a time of difficulty, right? With the salamanders here. So nothing stops the Queen of Wands. Well, nothing stops the King of Wands either. And they have the salamanders here. And that tells me, Libra, you've been through something very big here. You've been through the fire. You come out, you're still standing, you're still here. You're going to keep going, right? As I always say, you didn't come this far to only come this far. That's right. You didn't. This is like, we're going to keep going here. What else do we have? Any other like lessons or anything here about closing a final, major chapter in some way? Again, it might not be neatly wrapped up in a bow like a Christmas present under the tree, right? It's not necessarily going to be like that just because it's a, holiday season. And by the way, I don't assume all of you celebrate Christmas, okay? So just want to make you aware of that. But I will be changing my background to Christmas theme because I like that time of year. And I didn't for a long time. I did, then I didn't, now I do. So yeah, so I'm going with it. So hopefully you enjoy it. But we have happiness and we have heart calling. So Libra, positive energy is flowing around you and within you. Stay optimistic. There's a lot of good coming your way. And they're right on this card. You know, it's like the internally, external are matching. They're mirroring each other. They go together. So when you can't necessarily change your outer world, you can change your inner world though, right? And a lot of the times it starts from within anyway. It's going to most of the time, right? So reveal your heart's calling. You have everything you need. And now's the time to follow your heart's desire. But please, if you do that and it doesn't work out when you think it should, that doesn't mean give up. It means something deserves a closer look maybe, or something needs a little more attention, or your energy needs to go here, or it could not align with whoever else is involved, their path, right? Like it needs to sometimes everything. That's why there's divine timing. We don't know why, you know, like if you're wanting to meet the love of your life, you know, or the career of your dreams, you might have a goal in mind, but does that align for everybody else involved? Not necessarily. Some other people need to learn some lessons maybe, or they need to wrap some things up, or someone needs to resign before you can have that open, right? It's not all about us, even though, yes, we are the center of our world. And yes, we have the world card at the center of our reading here. It's like being at peace with how things come to be. Doesn't mean be passive. Again, you're being told to still follow your heart's desire, right? So this is a month, Libra. December is a month for Libras to release. There's going to be some realization, revelation here, and you're being encouraged to make way for this this spiritual growth and this alignment that's happening. Okay. So, by the way, if this reading resonated, please do like the video, subscribe, become a member, hype the video, all the things, right? Little comment, even if you just leave me a little, I don't know, butterfly. Actually, I just heard clairaudiently a butterfly tattoo. So whoever has a butterfly tattoo, maybe there is a message here for you. Yeah, nothing's gonna stop you from what's meant for you, right? There's nothing in that's gonna prevent that. And I think a lot of you know that. And that's why you haven't given up on something. Or maybe it's someone. Maybe it's yourself, right? Don't give up on yourself. Eva. All right. Eva could mean something. Name. Oh, all right. We have. Okay, this too shall pass. There's an unexpected surprise coming, Libra. It will leave you changed for the better. Yeah. It'll leave you changed for the better. And then there's finding courage and inner strength. So stand your ground and stay true to your beliefs. Again, follow your heart's calling. And remember, divine timing is not necessarily going to align with your timing, ego's timing, right? We think we have it all, know it all, right? We think we know it all. We don't necessarily, right? Be patient, right? Leaning into universal flow. Oh my goodness. And you have Wolf. Card 45. You know, this just came up, I think, in the Sagittarius reading I did for their birthday season on Mantic Mystic. This came up. 45, Wolf, Avatar, Crown Chakra. So it's coming up for you now. So pay attention to Wolf energy, or how Wolf shows up. You are a divine being, so much more majestic than you could ever imagine. Embrace your true greatness. Your leadership power serves many. Wow, Libra. Whew. More, please. More. Stag, Source, card 48. Again, Crown Chakra. Pair that with the High Priestess there and that Queen of Cups, right? Some ultimate intuitive energy here. I have Stag. And it's interesting. It's, you know, because we have like Christmas time, and a lot of the time, you know, you see like deer around the holidays and festive scenes and whatnot, and reindeer and deer. So remember your true source. Let go of your belief in scarcity. Infinite abundance is available to you now. Gotta believe to receive. I know it sounds corny. I get it, but that's another, just before we close the reading, I needed to say it. I say what I'm told to say. Okay? That's kind of a deal I have here with my guides. All right. And then we have card 31, Stillness. Now, how interesting. It is a season of snow here in the Northern Hemisphere, and you have another card. Your 2 out of your 3 animal cards are snow. And this one actually looks like it could be snowing. But yeah, as I said, deer, and there are no leaves on the tree. So it's like you get all winter cards. Again, hello, shout out to my friends in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm not trying to exclude you, but we do have another snowy card here. Throat chakra card 31, Stillness. And for some reason, I'm getting amber. So it's either the name or it's the the resin, the tree resin, amber. People think it's a stone or a crystal. It's not. It's a resin. Um, but anyway, they're giving me that. So, or the color amber. So maybe I'm thinking of like your heart chakra, or I'm thinking too of like citrine. Some the citrine. It's like this color, that kind of citrine. So it's a good merchant stone. So merchants, so money, business, right? So take some time though to rest and reconnect with your inner voice. Be still, listen. What is your inner wisdom revealing to you this December? Okay. So big month ahead for you, Libra. Let's get you another angel number. This is the one they wanted me to save for last. And it's 99. Libra, this is a sign of your leadership. You inspire and lead by your higher perspective. Wow. Powerful reading. Big stuff, right? Big time stuff. Thank you so much for being here, and happy holidays to all of you. Stay warm, right? Sending you lots of happy vibes, okay? Good vibes. So if this resonated, yeah, let me know. And let's make it a December that we reflect back on and say, that was a turning point. That was when my life changed for the better. And again, doesn't have to just be by the end of this year, right? This could be when something strikes at possible, or you receive that inspiration, right? Oh, by the way, because they want me to get one more card. Okay, so if the planets are aligning, the impossible will become possible. Wow. Yeah, it seems impossible now because, again, some of you, it's that you don't have all the answers. You're not seeing the way exactly yet necessarily, or you thought you did, then you don't, then you do. And so there's kind of, again, that round and round. It's like, choose a belief, choose a dream, hang on to it with all your might. Don't let it slip away, and you will make it a reality in divine timing, though. Whew. Thanks so much for being here, Libra. Take care.